Hey there, how are you? How in the world are you? Ooh, look, an autumn colored leaf. Trying to turn autumny. I am at Crow Canyon Gardens. In 1977, this was a thriving operation. It was an organic garden project that was being just started and developed because they had plans to build a restaurant here, which they did do in the 80s. But in 1977, I got a job working here. It was a live-in job. Slept in a tent out in this field and then took care of growing vegetables through the summer. And this building here, this is the original house from this property, built back in, like, I don't know, the 40s or something. And there was a living room inside there. There was a kitchen over here. It was San Ramon's version of a hippie commune, but it was all just local young people that were living and working here. And I've got a picture of myself with a goat that's taken in this little field right here that some of you have seen, and I can show it again. I know where the picture is. Anyway, this location is very close to where I live. This is like an 12-minute walk from my house. With all this wilderness territory back behind me here. Okay, I'm walking on a very treacherous trail right here that I should not be doing. I've walked across this in the winter when it's muddy, and like right when this part of the trail here collapsed. I wasn't walking here the day it collapsed, but I'm a daring dude. And I really shouldn't be doing this now, because if I get across here, yeah, the gap has gotten bigger. The gap has gotten too big, and it's a really long drop. That's like a 400-foot drop down there. Okay, and trying to hold the phone and balance is too scary. If I didn't have the phone in my hand, I would have gone. I could have done it, but whew, that got my heart beating there. That was a little scary. Anyway, I've been watching a couple of YouTube vloggers that do video blogs. They do them daily. They make a new video blog every day. And they've been doing it for a number of years. One of the guys, I know he's been doing it for 5 years. But he's gotten really good at it. He'll like go someplace and give you an experience of wherever it is he goes. Like his newest video was, he went to Six Flags. Is that an amusement park down in Los Angeles? To walk through the Halloween adventure thing they're doing there. So he like, you know, he goes walking through with his camera like this, and he goes, oh, look at this, look at that, look at that, look at that, and oh, when I was a kid I used to do this. And so his vlogs are interesting because he goes to interesting places and tells stories, but his stories are kind of boring because he's kind of a boring guy. And other than just like recounting history of who he is and what he's done and stuff like that, he doesn't get into any gritty, vulnerable, authentic storytelling about his life or anything. He has a friend that does the same thing. The guy who went to Six Flags, he's based in Los Angeles or San Diego, someplace down there. The other guy's from Philadelphia. The Philadelphia guy came out to California, and they went around together for a couple of days. And their videos were interesting because they had a theme. Like when they were up here in the Bay Area, they focused on the band Green Day. So these guys are like my son's age, who were teenagers when Green Day was really popular. I never got into Green Day. But they went to Gilman Street. They actually found locations that either some songs were written about or pictures, like an album cover. There was an album cover that was taken inside Mountain View Cemetery in Oakland. So they went there to find the location where that picture was taken. So they do, it's kind of historical life history stuff they do, but they don't talk about, and they talked about their emotions, that, emotions were coming up, remembering this time, but they're not trying to process their emotions or understand their emotions. Or the other thing they did that was nice was they went to the last Oakland A's baseball game together that was held at the Coliseum this week. And neither of them were Oakland A's fans. They love baseball, so they felt a lot of sympathy for the experience the people there were having. But it was a good video. Anyway, long story short, that these guys make a video every day is inspiring me. And that was kind of my inspiration at the beginning when I started this channel up. My other inspiration when I wanted to talk about being bipolar and not be shy about telling experiences of being having depression. So, I've got a lot of emotional, vulnerable stuff to talk about. And I have done it in several of my videos, but I'm just kind of riding the wave of trying to figure out how to become consistent doing this. So I didn't really have a topic for today other than I wanted to make sure to try and make a video today. And then I got to make a video tomorrow as well. I'm going back to work at a new pet sitting assignment this coming week, so getting into a routine with the animal, the pet, is going to give me some structure, and I'll be out of my house, so that'll help. And let's see, we're already up to 7 minutes, so I think I'm going to cut this short. Did it really have anything else to talk about today? I will. So, like when I watch stuff on YouTube, which I do a lot of now compared to the past. In the past 2 or 3 months, I've started watching YouTube. Like, it's my main thing I go to for learning things from, but also for entertainment. So I listen to a lot of spiritual enlightenment type of channels. And last night I stumbled upon a video that was talking about, let's see, who is this guy's name? There's this philosopher, teacher from the early part of the 1900s called Neville Goddard. And he's developed this kind of philosophy about how to live your life better, how to achieve your dreams. He's written a lot of books. I think he used to do live talks and stuff. I don't think he's still alive. I'm pretty sure he's not. But all of his books are available. And then there's people that have studied him that have also written books to help people understand this philosophy of his. So I was watching a video talking about one of his teachings last night, and it was talking about there's a method for healing past trauma. So we've all had traumatic experiences in our life, and our link to them is our memory. That's our primary link. That's where you're sitting and you're thinking, and you're like, oh man, I made a bad decision that day 18 years ago. I sure wish I had thought, differently, or somebody had told me something to get me to act more smartly and stuff like that. And for the most part, we all think, what else is there to do? You can not think about it. You can ignore the past. You can ignore the past trauma, thinking it's eventually just going to go away. If the less you think about it, the less power it has to stay really active in your consciousness. That's one method. I learned a method when I became a Reiki master of being able to send healing Reiki energy to experiences in the past. And I've been doing that for a while. That actually, feels like a proactive action to actually heal yourself at that past moment, not just the memory. When you start thinking about multidimensionality and that time is not linear, time is a constant, that original experience still exists. So through meditation, you can go back in and you can send, healing energy, Reiki or whatever your method might be. But here's this idea this guy came up with that I heard about last night. And I was like, wow. Okay, he says, go back to that moment in your memory. And I was thinking about, I picked just one random experience from my past. And this was like when I was 15, maybe 16 years old. There was a girl that I don't think I had a crush on her, but I was definitely attracted to her. And I had probably one of my very first, most profoundly knowledgeable experiences of a past life recollection. That for the first meeting of this person and myself, how instantly we clicked. And it was like, I recognize you. At some level, you feel familiar to me. This was that kind of connection I had with this girl. And we weren't like boyfriend, girlfriend, and I don't think we were headed towards that happening, because that's been a rare thing for me to have happen in my life anyway. What I had with her was what I've had with most women in my life, is a brotherly, sisterly connection, soul brother, sister kind of thing, which is, to me, is much more powerful than getting messed up in whatever it is boyfriends and girlfriends do. Anyway, something happened after a couple of months. We started to drift apart. And I went back looking for whatever that conflict moment was in my memory last night, thinking about this new method. And so he says to find that memory, find that wound, and start to imagine it playing out the way that you wished it would have played out. Start to imagine the best scenario that you could see. Get into the feeling of it. Be there, feel it. Become who you were, the better you then, that made the right decisions. And whatever other methods you have for bringing love and healing into that memory. And in a sense, you start to rewrite it. And so I started doing this last night. I'm really good with my visual imagination when I dream or fantasize or whatever. So I was really able to, it felt like hours, but it actually turned into my sleep and dream experiences last night. So, yeah, I did this and it felt really good. It didn't feel fake. It felt alive. And I don't know if I'm done with doing this healing for this particular friendship yet. I might need to go back in and do some more. But I think you'll get to a point where you say, okay, I feel the shift. Something really did heal. Something clicked. It's better now. And it's going to improve how you feel now about your life. And I'd never heard of this before. I'd never heard of doing this before. So there, I shared it with you. If anybody wants to know more specifically where I heard that, leave a comment or something and I'll find a link to the video I saw it in. Okay, we're up to almost 15 minutes. I've been talking a lot. I'm going to cut it off here. You got to see Crow Canyon Gardens, a place where I developed an interest in holistic lifestyles when I was very young. Actually, having lived here and worked here for that summer gave me a vision I had of wanting to create a place like this in Ireland. Yeah, Boy, there's something I can talk about someday. Yeah, okay, good. Maybe I can do that in one of my upcoming videos. Okay, cheerio.